Okay, colleagues, this is how we're going to run. The Secretary General of the African National Congress is here. We are going to have to deal with elections-related questions.
I'm down on the floor if you can't see me, but
colleagues are welcomed to file their different questions that they may have related only to these elections.
There will be too many questions. Okay.
And just introduce yourself and the media outlet you represent and shoot with your question. SG, do you want to just give a reaction?
Yes, please.
So that...
you can see that South Africa is a very good, wonderful country where we respect different views, where the basic freedoms we have fought for, freedom of association, freedom of speech, people choose whatever political party they want. You can see that dream which we are fighting for during the dark days of apartheid has been realized. Every individual has a right to express himself or herself. And people have the right to vote. This is the right we have actually fought for during those dark days of apartheid. So we are happy. There is multi-party democracy. In fact, South Africa is more democratic than any other country in the world. And that's why we have 48 parties. You go to US, 2 parties, Britain. So you can see we are vibrant and alive as a country.
Mr. Magashule, this is the first time the ANC may drop to below 60% since 1994. Surely that is not good news for the party.
Well, 48 parties participating. What do you expect? Because majority of democracy, people have a right. People decide I'm not going to vote because I'm not happy. They don't actually understand that if they don't vote, they are actually weakening whatever party they may have actually voted for. Their voice will be much stronger. But we are at that point. The fact of the matter is that the ANC is still a brand, still loved by the people of South Africa, and we will still win these elections.
You come from the Free State, and 9% drop in that province so far from votes captured. That does not mean, it seems as though the ANC is not left to good taste in the amount of voters.
Well, have you seen the weather? What weather has done to the Free State? I went to, before the elections could actually even be closed at 9 o'clock, I went to a town in Kronstadt, I went to Botshabelo, I went to Paris. In Botshabelo, cars could not move. People could not move because the water was almost close to their knee. We lost a lot of people who really wanted to vote. And we are not IEC. We tried to say extend even voting hours. But even if they were going to extend, in parts of Botshabelo, Bloemfontein, it rained until even after 12 o'clock midnight. And so weather was not on our side.
And you campaigned in the KZN with former President Jacob Zuma. It seems as though votes have gone from the ANC to the IFP there.
Well, we have campaigned. We have campaigned with all the people. Imagine if Comrade Jacob Zuma did not campaign, what was going to be the outcome also. I think all of us, we played our role because the ANC is not about any individual. There is no individual who is better than the African National Congress. So people and the expression in the provinces you can actually see. And for the first time we did not say so-and-so is premier. People have just voted and they know that they were voting African National Congress.
Mr. Magashule,
as an organization, you can see
SG, Annika Larsen.
We need some order. Let's take Clement and then we'll come to the SABC, eNCA. We'll come to you in that way. Come.
2 questions, Mr. Magashule. Clement from Eyewitness News. 1, what issues facing the ANC do you think has somehow played a role in the electoral decline? Because you can't just blame it all on the weather and the insufficient ballot papers. The ANC has faced some serious issues over the last couple of years. What do you think has contributed to this drop?
You want the ANC when generations, people are born, young people are born after freedom. They have not been there during these years when the ANC has been a brand, when the ANC was there. They are taught differently today. You still expect the ANC to have 100%. I mean, we are in a democratic South Africa. all over the world, things actually do change. The fact of the matter is that the majority of people in South Africa still have confidence in the African National Congress.
So it has nothing to do with the challenges you faced as the ANC?
Well, these are South African challenges. People have complained about, there are areas where there have been challenges of water. We have seen it ourselves during our door-to-doors when we go to different provinces. Inequalities, poverty, unemployment, whether you also say corruption. The fact of the matter is that all those issues are not basically, because if it was about the corrupt ANC and all that, there was no way we'll win all provinces in South Africa.
My second and last question. There are a lot of people that have now shown confidence in the ANC, and they're saying that's because of President Cyril Ramaphosa. They're saying he played a critical role in the renewal of the organization. Do you share that sentiment?
Well, there are provinces whose Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa is not the candidate premier. It's not. It's about the ANC. It's not about any individual. Completely not. Imagine if you say, I, as Magashule, have campaigned and all that. There was no way my voice will be stronger than branches of the ANC on the ground, volunteers of the ANC, communities. The people who have actually made us win elections are volunteers, communities, are people who love the ANC, voters of South Africa. There's no way you can talk about any individual within the ANC, and the ANC has never operated that way.
Okay. SG, we've seen about 35 smaller parties basically say this election was not free and fair, so it must either be rerun or there must be an independent audit of the results so that you can establish their credibility.
Again, that's why you have election IEC as a structure. That's what we have respected throughout the years. That's why you have an electoral court. When things are not settled, they can be settled there. We are a democracy. Even the ANC will complain about this and that. I'm complaining about we're supposed to have extended time in parts of the country, but the IEC we respect it because IEC said, never mind the weather, never mind the rain. There were 12 tents in Botshabelo which were actually flooded. Should you complain about it? We were actually trying to say to IEC, can you extend the time? And I'm saying even if they extended the time. So the IEC is the body running elections. It's not my wish. When you lose, obviously you'll complain. When you lose, you'll always complain. So smaller parties, what do they have? 1,000 votes, 2,000 votes. You still complain and think you'll get 9,000, 8,000 of the ANC.
Mr. Magashule.
But there are processes, so let's respect the body which is running elections.
Yes, eNCA.
Thank you, Annika Larsen from eNCA. With an overall majority nationally of possibly under 60%, does Cyril Ramaphosa still have your full support, and have you spoken to him at all, and are you happy to serve with him as your president?
Oh, well, Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of the ANC. There was President Mandela. Unfortunately, I served under President Mandela. There was President Mbeki. I served under Mbeki. There was President Zuma. I served under him. There is Cyril Ramaphosa. He's elected together with me. And the ANC is an organization of a collective. We respect elected leadership. So Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa has my support. And he's supposed to have support of every member of the ANC, unless if that member is not okay and not well educated in terms of ANC politics, culture, traditions. We respect elected leaders. He's president, I'm secretary general. He's the head of the organization.
Do you like him, though?
I like everybody, even yourself.
Even myself, I'm very likable.
I like you. You're a human being, so I must like you. But I love those who are ANC more than... More than you, I get it. But I'm sure you are ANC also.
Wait, we've got Sifiso coming.
Okay, my name is Sifiso Mahlangu from Independent Media. SG Fikile Mbalula, the head of elections, seems to be disputing the narrative that the branches of the ANC decide. Yesterday, speaking to us, Mr. Mbalula said if Nazareth had elected another person, the ANC would have dropped to under 40%.
Come on, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. What? People are electing the ANC. People are electing the ANC. It's not about any individual. How do you predict, and is Comrade Mbalula saying, I was not going to be part of the campaign if the leader was somebody else?
Perhaps what he's suggesting is that if the leader of the ANC had been NDZ, the ANC would have fallen lower than that of the opposition leader.
The ANC will be where it is today. People have voted the ANC. People are not voting any person.
Yes, let's try and stick to questions that are consolidating the mood of victory.
Yes. Yes, it was a relevant question.
Yes.
Can I just ask, one of the provinces was the Western Cape. Of course, you were there during the campaign and it has gone to the DA. Your reaction to that?
Watch and wait and watch. We're going to take that province, eh?
Are you confident?
We are going to take that province.
When will that be, SG?
No, eNCA, please.
We are going to take that province. That province won't be under DA, eh?
So your election campaigning was actually...
No, there's a little bit of order. We take it like that.
Election campaign?
You're saying that you did enough for your election campaigning in the Western Cape to take the lead back in the Western Cape?
Yeah. We have worked hard. And people are still voting us. They voted us. And you'll see the results. Wait for the final results.
But what do you think of the EFF increasing votes in the Western Cape? Are those being taken away from you?
What have they taken away from us?
The votes that they've increased in their votership in the Western Cape, is that?
Well, that's the choice of voters. If they voted any party, it's wonderful. Democracy.
Okay, open view.
SG, there are old ladies, mamas, young people, everyone who's come out and given their confidence to the ANC once again, despite constant betrayal. Say something to those that have voted to you today to ensure that there will not be any more betrayal going forward. A heartfelt message to your voters.
There's never been betrayal. You are expecting ANC to get 100%. Democracy is maturing. People have a right to choose. It depends on what we do as different political parties. People at times don't vote manifestos, they don't vote, they vote slogans. And slam tereg, you see, fight back. That's what Freedom Front was actually saying. And it was, Swar Gevaar. And probably why South Africans were actually
They gave you the vote.
They gave us the vote. We are going to continue for the next 25 years with humility, because we are futuristic. We plan. We are optimists. We plan for the future. We will run this country for the next other 25 years. So those people, we are saying to them, we are not going to fail you. We are going to continue with where we ended. We have actually heard some of the issues, concerns we have raised. And therefore, even those who are protesting, who have not voted, we are going to serve everybody, because once we are elected, we are a responsible organization. We are not like any other party. We serve South Africans, even if they voted any other party. The fact of the matter is that we are the choice of the majority of South Africans, and therefore, we must still serve everybody. Serve those who are EFF, serve those who are DA, serve those who are any other party in South Africa once we are actually put into power.
Can we take Bloomberg and Reuters? Bloomberg?
SG?
Yes.
Ulrike Archer from Bloomberg. Has the top six discussed the cabinet with Cyril Ramaphosa, and especially have you approved a reduction in size of cabinet to below 30 members?
No, you can't discuss all these issues until you are over with elections. The president has time, we have time, and we must get the outcome, we must evaluate, we must assess ourselves, and we must read the mood of South Africans, and after that we'll be able to plan better.
Okay, Reuters.
Sorry, SG. Question from Reuters. The turnout this time was...
We're closing now, colleagues.
The turnout this time was significantly lower, and many people are saying that is because many voters in South Africa were disillusioned. What's your message to disillusioned voters, people who are disappointed in the ANC, some of whom stopped voting for the ANC this time around?
Are we not better than many other countries in the world?